So Janette, are you living in Horden and attending this practice?
No, I live in Peterlee.
Right. And how long have you been receiving vitamin B12 therapy?
Over 16 years.
Right. And have you had a break in the course of your treatment over that period?
I have. I've had 3 breaks in my treatment, and each time I've had a break, it's been dramatic.
Could you describe for our benefit what happened in terms of the period of time that you were taken off the therapy and what the symptoms were that you suffered as a result?
Right, I first began taking the B12 when I was introduced to Dr. Shandy. I was introduced through the back door, kicking, screaming, in hysterics. My health visitor brought me down. I'd had a baby. He was coming up 2, and they said I had postnatal depression.
Right.
I was taking Prozac and other different sort of antidepressants. During my pregnancy, they picked up that I was thyroid. I had thyroid, but because of the pregnancy, it wasn't treated. It was just left, and then I think it was left, and it became an underlying condition, really.
Right. Yeah.
And met Dr. Shandy. He was on the treatment for about 7 years. Had another baby in between. Coped really well. But
were you working during this time or working as a volunteer?
I was volunteering in my local school because my eldest, my son who started school when he was 5, I think he was about 6 coming up at the time, and he was getting into trouble in school, and I wasn't happy with that, so I went in to observe, and they said, "Oh, would you be a parent helper?"
Yes, yeah.
And I felt, yeah, why not? Give it a go. And I was in there for a couple of months, and they stopped me B12, and I'd coped really well. I was still managing with the bairns and reading, doing a bit of maths and things, and got to about 7 months without the medication, and I was getting up, and I was wanting to go in, but I couldn't get dressed, get ready, and I thought, can't be bothered to go in, so I was phoning up, can't come in today, can't come. I was like, oh, why are you not coming in? And I said, well, I was on medication, I was fine, and now I'm back, I can't manage.
And what were the physical symptoms of not being able to cope? Was there?
Well, it was back to not being able to hold things. There was Play-Doh I had to mix. I couldn't mix the Play-Doh, and writing and sweaty palms, the tingling in my fingers, palpitations, and my hair was losing again, because initially when they put me on the B12 I did have hair loss.
Yes.
But the hair loss stopped. It was lovely and thick, and it was blooming, and I was off the medication, and I was off it for a year exactly, and from the top I just went straight back.
Like a deterioration to where you were originally.
And not initially.
Yeah.
It took 7 months.
Yeah.
But I'd been on medication for 7 years, and it was around 7 months when I first started, but by the time I'd been off it for a year, I was back to square one. I was back in here kicking, screaming, couldn't cope.
Right, yeah. And being restored to vitamin B12 therapy, what's been the consequence in terms of your general lifestyle and feeling of wellness? And
I went back on it, and then I was on it for another couple of years again, and unfortunately they stopped it again, and my hair really deteriorated, and I developed further where you get your speech in your head and you want to bring the words out and you can't, and I became unbalanced, and my feet has now become affected of stopping just the recent one.
Right.
So I was learning to drive, but I've had to pack that in, and I'm feeling like I'm getting my B12 again, but it's slowly kicking in, and it doesn't kick in as it did initially.
Right.
Because I was on 7 years, came off for a year, was on about 3 years, came off, back on.
Right.
And it's just every time you put on, you're given that bit of go, you can get on, and then they take it away, and you're up, down, up,
Right. Yeah.
down.
So at the moment, Janet, do you feel as if you've been on the therapy for how long at the moment? Continuously without a break.
Back on.
Yeah.
To be honest, of getting where I'm not very good at remember. I think it's coming up, wait a minute, a year and a half now.
So you've been back on B12 therapy for a year and a
For
half?
about a year and a half now.
And how are you feeling in yourself now in terms of
Well,
your ability to grip and
2
concentrate?
years ago, I was completely bald again. I had no hair in 2 years ago. But prior to that, the last time, Dr. Shandy had inserted steroids into my hair and it didn't work, it didn't bring it back. But with the B12, it's coming in and I'm just leaving it and not putting anything on it, just letting it natural course. Yeah, but the family was horrendously affected because I wasn't doing anything at home and lying, laying. Not because you're just lazy, just because you haven't got the gumption to do what you want to do. Your body does, you know, your mind does, but your body doesn't. You're sort of trapped in your own body.
So, is there anything else that you want to bring to our attention in terms of the physical symptoms or the consequences of a break in treatment?
What I think is important to mention is during my pregnancies, my body seemed to absorb the B12 better really well. Yeah. And after the first it kicked in, I was able to stop and then resume later on. That's the reason I've just the injections due, so I'm
so you found that the uptake was better from the injections.
If I'd have got my injection last week, I'd have been more
able to concentrate.
Yeah.
So, that's really useful. I appreciate that. Thanks very much for sharing that with us.